Alright, so when the name Ian Gillan comes to mind, most people are like, who? And you tell them, oh, he's a singer for Deep Purple. Like, Deep Purple, is that Smoke on the Water? They're like, yeah. And if you were to ask 10,000 people, maybe 100 would know that he has a solo career, very specifically Gillan the Glory Years, okay? Ian Gillan was the singer, but Gillan was the band. Fueled by a sound that matched Ian's powerful vocals and Bernie Torme's blistering guitar work, plus Mick Underwood on drums, John McCoy on bass, and Colin Towns on keyboards. Gillan were masters of intense hard rock mixed with a punk ethos that endeared them to fans old and new, and saw them stand head and shoulders above many rock bands of the period. As this remarkable concert from 1981 never released before shows, the band were rewarded with hit singles and albums that went top 10 across Europe. For lovers of the band, and that would just be anyone who caught one of their energetic shows at this time. This is Gillan at the peak of their considerable powers. They mix high-octane album highlights like Sleeping on the Job and Unchain Your Brain along the concentrated energy of singles like New Orleans, while bonus material includes a quartet of unbeatable slots for the UK BBC TV chart show Top of the Pops, which No Laughing Matter in Heaven, and the unlikely but deserving hit Mutually Assured Destruction deserve particular mention. Live at the Oxford Polytechnic, February 18th, 1981. Oh, what do we have on here? Unchain Your Brain, Mr. Universe, No Easy Way, Trouble, Mutually Assured Destruction on the Rocks, Vengeance in New Orleans. Bonus tracks, Vengeance on Join TV, Sleeping on the Job promo, Trouble, New Orleans, No Laughing in Heaven, Mutually Assured Destruction on Top of the Pops. Wow. I mean, when you had the Mark II lineup of Deep Purple and suddenly they put out the blistering, what was that, In Rock and the more famous Machine Head, you got a band that is sadly underappreciated and just truly does deserve more. But when you get blistering numbers, I mean, it's a vocal show. I mean, Unchain Your Brain is a vocal showcase for Ian, like doing the verses all in a row in like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You got Mr. Universe, which instantly would get right into the guitar solo and theatrics from Bernie Torme. No Easy Way kind of has some good interludes and play between the keyboardist and between Colin Towns and Torme. You got Trouble, which it's a good one. Mutually Assured Destruction on the Rocks is the big brooding epic. It kind of does give it some relevancy nowadays. You got I'm sorry, Trouble is actually an Elvis song or blues song. My baby left me, that kind of thing. Vengeance is another quick, fast one. In New Orleans is yet the closer for that one. The bonus track is like they have a little introduction and then get right to the songs. Vengeance is played with good speed. Sleeping on the Job, it's got a whole bunch of like red smoke and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's very interesting. Trouble is good. New Orleans, it's like all these are good, quick songs, like boom, 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 get them out. And the name of Gillan appears on the screen. And then to top it all off, Top of the Pops, Mutually Assured Destruction features a shortened version, and I'm like, maybe I know Top of the Pops probably ran maybe like half an hour or something like that, so it's just a little interesting to see. But I mean, this is, and there's like some liner notes right here, but it's like, the camera's cut, or because when they're at the Oxford Polytechnic, there's like what 500 people got treated to an absolutely kicks your butt, kicks your face set. I cannot deny that. There were a lot. The cameras were at like a diagonal angle, or kind of did like a little like this kind of thing. It's like they held the camera up so we could see like the power of the rock stars that were there. Barney is wearing what would eventually David Coverdale would wear. McCoy is what was kind of got dressed like the military-ish style inspired style. Yeah. One of the most successful rock bands of the early 70s. When the musicians went to forge their own careers, the group split in 76. Blah blah blah. You know, so Ritchie Blackmore jumped ship in 75, so had a head start on the others. Quickly achieved top 10 album placings with his new band Rainbow, especially rising the legendary Stargazer, one of the greatest heavy metal songs of all time. Let's see. After a couple Loki solo albums, David Coverdale would form Whitesnake, and he was joined by John Lord and Ian Pace, the only member of the band, the drummer. Ian, let's see, went away from music for his own band, the Ian Gillan Band, shortened after a couple of years to simply Gillan. He wanted to get involved performing live. Instead, he would form a motorbike company, a studio, and even a lavish luxury hotel. He's also a polyglot and speaks several languages. Let's see, get the ball rolling. They did some jazz albums. What was it? A couple of jazz rock albums. Just as punk reached its peak, was perhaps not the fastest way to rekindle his career. Punk could really shake the business up, and after getting a proper record deal, tour support was hard even for a rock group with jazz pretensions. Blah blah blah, and then didn't realize what it was. Enthused by the punk attitudes, Ian assembled a new band with just keyboardist player Colin Towns remaining from the previous outfit. Let's see, and it goes on the history there. Bassist John McCoy stayed the course in final parts. Yeah, let's just see here. Here we go. Tremaine went for the Hendrix-inspired antique military jacket look, and McCoy, well, you're never quite sure. Shaven head, long beard, and Dayglow paint, and surplus RAF Royal Air Force flight suits gets close to the mark. So, yeah, I could just go on, but, you know, this is like some good stuff. I mean, this is a friggin' really fantastic DVD right here. You get pretty much what led to the right there with the new wave of British heavy metal, like when I did that Chariot DVD review. So yeah, you know, something that kicks your butt and kicks your face. Glory, the Gillan Years, 5 out of 5 stars.